made clear that when it comes down to it, marketing and selling is all about serving your customer. And as a handmade business owner, one way that you can serve your customer is that you honor your processing times and shipping dates and aren't getting behind and making people wait on those things. And there's some unique things that come into play there because you're making the products. You're not purchasing things at wholesale and then reselling them. And in Tier 3, Christy had talked about logistics. How are you going to fulfill your orders? And I have just 3 tips for that might help you as you're starting your business or if you're new in your business. One of those things is to build margin into your processing time. So if you have an item that you think, okay, this probably is something I could get finished and ship in 3 days, don't put 3 days for your processing time, put 5 days, because life will happen. You will get sick, your child will get sick, your car will break down, something will happen, and that will build that margin in so that if you do ship it in 3 days, then you have over-delivered, you have not under-delivered, and you please your customer. Another thing that you should do is you should organize and optimize your workspace. So your supplies should be organized and then optimize in the sense that you're not running to this room to get this thing as you make your product or this area of your room. I've actually gotten my workspace down to where I can take 2 steps in any direction and I have what I need. My sewing table and my work island have a rolling chair between them, so I'm not scooting out a chair and scooting it back in. Just things that you can do to make yourself more efficient. And then the last thing is you have to create a system from the time an order comes in until it goes out the door. And this is something I regret that I did not do from day one, because then I reached a point where it was necessary because I was drowning. And that's when I created my system. It was kind of a little too late. So I actually created this color coding system that I use for my items from the time they come in to go out. And so I know exactly if something's shipping on May 20th, I know exactly where to go find that in my workspace because it's together and color coded. And I actually just finished a course on this to teach my system that I launched a couple of weeks ago. And so I wanted to make it available to anybody who might be in that place of needing to create a system for your made-to-order business. It's a $39 course, but I want you to get it for $15 off because I want it to be affordable for you if you think that's something that you can help. So if you go to makerspace.com/bb and sign up there, you'll get the coupon code that can be redeemed through the end of the month, but you can take the course whenever you want to. It just needs to be redeemed.
Well, I like how everything we're suggesting is kind of reinforcing what we've all taught. You know, all of us are teaching different things, but they all really work together. And the very first thing that you said is build margin in, and that's what we talked about, right? Like, you underestimate how much time things are going to take. So go ahead and build in that margin. And then I can't stress it enough, having an organized workspace will not only make you have more fun and be more focused and productive when you're there, but you're going to save yourself money. Like, time is money. So the more sophisticated and streamlined that you can make your business, you're going to make more money, and that's a good thing. So those are some great tips, Melissa. Thank you. Tiffany, what would you add from your perspective to help these women with their businesses?
Short and sweet is that you take time to take care of you. You are the engine that's producing this business, these goals, your dreams, your parenthood, all of that. I have a 3-part video series on YouTube called Self-Care Equals Success, 1, 2, and 3, and I just invite you to spend a little time there. But just tuning into everything is energy, and so how you're showing up energetically is a direct influence to people being drawn to you, wanting to work with you, wanting to know more, and that you take time. It's not selfish, it's critical for you to create and sustain your success is that you take good care of your mind, body, spirit. So that's self-care for sure. I want to plug in as a way to how do we grow ourselves is you got to grow you, right? I have to match me. If I want to create this result, I have to have the capacity to hold it.
That's good. I like that. Amy, what would you add?
Short and sweet. When I went to grade school, my dad would drop me off and he'd say, Amy, today, listen more than you talk. I wasn't so good at that, but with social media, it's important. Listen more than you talk, and your students or customers will tell you everything you want to know if you take the time to listen.
That's such a great, I love that advice to end on too, because one of the things, that's the reason that I believe that the Business Boutique has been so successful so quick is because you guys told us what you wanted and then we created it for you. This is not because we're so brilliant up here and we know exactly what everyone needs.